Hey, Larry, go give me a water out the fridge. Can you give me a water out the fridge, please?
Ben.
Hey, how y'all doing out there? Welcome to another episode of Vocal Dialect YouTube channel. You know, for information and education for our people. And we on the road to 500, you guys. So subscribe to the channel, like, share the content, and subscribe. Help us grow. Help us grow. So, Brother Gerald, introduce our guest, brother man.
Well, how's everybody doing tonight? I'm glad to have you come on Vocal Dialect. And tonight, I have my grandson on here that's going to inform you tonight about digital currency. I'm gonna let him introduce his name and express the things that he's going to actually talk about, and then we'll get to going from there. So come on, grandson, tell us a little bit about yourself.
And first, I'd like to thank you, Granddad, for having me on here. Brother Knowledge, Brother Kenwado. It's a pleasure to be on Vocal Dialect. You know, I tuned in a few times, heard the knowledge that y'all was, broadcasting to the community, to our people. So it's an honor for y'all to, tap in with me for some of my knowledge. But yeah, like my granddad said, I'll be diving a little bit into crypto, also numerology. And my name's Supreme. Jalil Thurman. I'm formerly known as Jalil Shamar Dukes. I'm big into numbers, the vibration, the frequencies that they bring and how it affects your life. So that's what brought me to the ultimate decision to, go to the courthouse and change my name. And I was actually introduced to cryptocurrency in 2017. That's around 7 years after Bitcoin, had started making its impact on the world. I was introduced by one of my close college classmates, and I didn't take it as serious as I should have. But 8 years later, I'm seeing the impact of it. But it's still early. So I just want to get some of the knowledge out, so our people can benefit from this generational shift of wealth that's going on right now, so we can make sure our generations and our future is secure.
So tell us a little bit about the digital currency.
Okay.
The CBDC.
So the CBDC, basically, central banks that's decentralized. And what they have going is it's a lot of different currencies that's on something called a blockchain, and you can go trade them on the certain things called ledgers. And it models and it's parallel to like the stock market. They got market caps. It's a certain amount of coins, and they got prices that you can buy in and trade, buy and sell the same like a bullish, bearish market. However, let's start with the one everybody know, Bitcoin. It's one with really no actual value. It's a storage of value. So what it does is it's a decentralized peer-to-peer transaction currency that, the world caught on to early 2010s, and now it's at almost the highest peak today that's ever been at, which around, I think it's like $125,000. So basically, Bitcoin used to be worth, $10. And then as the market cap grew, as the marketing of that coin grew, the market cap has expanded to trillions of dollars, where it's six in the world, and it's the sixth biggest asset in the world. So just for, comparison, gold is number one. So what's going on is every government around the world is finding a way to get in on these new cryptocurrencies and these digital coins to benefit and, try to find some control over what's going on. However, it's only 6.8% of the population that's actually, trading or owning cryptocurrency at the moment. So right now we're still in the beginning stages, but the future of crypto is where, they're talking about creating a Fed coin, creating this digital currency where we're transitioning from that fiat currency over to a digital currency. So as that begins to happen, coins like Bitcoin, coins like Ethereum, coins like XRP, are going to exponentially expand in value, in market cap, and also in price per coin. When you look at certain coins and you look at why they rise in price and why they fall in price, is based off of one, the popularity of it, two, the market cap, three, the overall supply and demand. So the top three cryptocurrencies right now are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP in terms of their placement on the global asset scale. Ethereum is the second one. Bitcoin is 6. Ethereum is 22nd. It just passed Netflix in total market cap. And XRP is in like 92, 93, 94. It's around, the low 90s. So what that's meaning is as they become the world's biggest assets, then the rest of the world, once these become the actual coins and the actual currencies that we trade and place our value on, and how we exchange, goods, how countries exchange and trade, then the whole cryptocurrency expands. So at the beginning stages, it's good for you to invest your money into it, but you got to also watch out for those who take advantage of people in the community who lack the knowledge of how to trade. So it's people out here that would tell you, oh, if you give me $100, then I'll take that $100 and flip it, right? But what those people do is with you not knowing how your money actually increases, they will tell you to buy in and put 3,200 into their company because your money done grew this much. But that's why you have to learn the knowledge on your own and use apps like Robinhood, Coinbase, Crypto.com, Uphold. It's numerous ones out there where you can actually go in yourself. You can buy your coin, you can get on the ledger, and you can start to trade and increase your amount of these coins that you own. So for example, let's compare Bitcoin with XRP, right? So Bitcoin, it isn't something that has necessary utility. It's like a meme coin because it was the first one. It's basically I think of the word. It's basically a overpopularized meme coin, and it's a storage of value. It's like a bank. So it only has 21 total coins in the market. So that's why as the demand has went up for Bitcoin, the market cap has increased to almost $3 trillion. So as that increases and the total amount of coins that are getting bought, the price skyrockets. And XRP, it has actual utility, but it just has a bigger circulation of coins. XRP has about 35 billion coins 35 billion coins circulating right now, but it's only allowed to circulate 50 billion. And it actually has utility. So that means when these countries and these banks, they start to adopt these coins on a national and international level, their Ripple allows, or XRP allows them to do transactions in seconds. And now even the ordinary banks, sometimes it takes days, sometimes it takes 2 to 3 days for them to send millions and billions and trillions of dollars. But with this digital currency, XRP, it allows them to do it in seconds. And everybody know how quick the internet has evolved, how quick technology has evolved. So it grows everything at a rapid rate. So it's going to, if you look at, anything that does something one way, it most likely is going to do that thing again in another way. So when the world places its currency and its focus of currency in the countries and the nations, all their currencies is based on a digital currency, that means quick expansion and also an exponential expansion of these market caps, of these prices of these coins, and also the wealth, for everybody who owns these coins as well. And that's why I'm comparing Bitcoin and XRP right now, because XRP actually allows them to send the money and transact the money between each other. So if we want to go and trade goods with China, instead of waiting, 3-4 days for the money to touch their banks, and their treasuries, it will hit their digital market or their digital currency in seconds. So that's what they are planning to use the XRP to actually, trade and do worldly deals in the future, which means that, XRP is about $3 right now per coin. So in the future, they're looking at it to go from $3, to $10 to $30 and then expand from there. Based on, predictions and previous markets and how, Bitcoin has grew.
I have like a two-part question. How long you been into digital currency? And also, yeah, that's the question I had. How long have you how did you learn about it?
Okay, I'm known about cryptocurrency since about 2017. My close college roommate, his name is Ron. He goes by Key. He one time I met him. We were just going to get some food, walking in the streets of Salisbury. That's where I went to school at. He was showing me, he was like, he trades. Me, I wasn't into stocks. I'm more so like on the ground guy. Like I need to see my cash. I need to make my money through working, see my job check. So when he showed me he made $30 in like a minute, I didn't think it was for me. But I started looking into it. But back then I was more so into instant gratification as well. So I put some money into it, thinking I'm gonna get rich overnight, thinking I would be able to, make $1,000 and start trading, making hundreds of dollars at a time. And so when I was seeing my money only go up $2, $3, $4, $5, and me having a kid, I was like, man, I don't got time for this. I took my money out because I didn't see the long-term value of it. So crypto, you got to have a long-term mindset with it. It's not for people that chase instant gratification because nobody knows when all these countries are actually going to adopt this digital currency. But based on, the trending, the way things are trending right now, the placement of gold being at 6, the placement of Bitcoin being at 6, 5, placements under gold. Once it overtakes gold, then that's now the most valuable asset on the earth, a digital currency. So now how they say that our money is backed by gold, that's no longer a fact, because now our money is backed by Bitcoin, it's backed by digital currency, and every digital currency up under that will then follow suit. So I've been in it for about 8 years. I know about Bitcoin when it was like at $10,000. So if I would have put, $1,000 into Bitcoin and it grew to 12, it grew 12 times where it's at today, I would have just turned that 1,000 into 12,000. But if I kept putting money in it and would have sat on that money for that whole time, maybe say 100,000 accumulated in my Bitcoin over them 8 years, then I would be a millionaire. See what I'm saying? So,
Like for a person like me, I'm illiterate when it comes to digital currency, but
right,
as we all know, it's the wave of the future, the near
right,
future. That.
right.
So
For their future, it certainly is.
It's actually here. Like the future, we living in it. So we just watching it. Like it's like a baby right now. You feel me? It's only 15 years old. It's a teenager.
Right.
It's about to graduate high school, about to go to college, and then about to get out into the real world. So right now it's still staying at home with mom and pop, figuring this thing out. But
Right.
once they hit the real world, because we're only 25 years a quarter into the new century. So when I look at that, that's funny as well, because a quarter is the largest coin under a dollar. And it's no coincidence. And then the word, you break down the etymology of the word coincidence, is coin. So I just feel like, this is the year to know that, in the future, digital currency is going to be the number one currency. It's going to get rid of the fiat, all that paper cash, because that has no value. And also, we're in a third dimensional world, so it has to be a reset of the ecosystem, where the ecosystem coincides and benefits the economy, and the economy coincides and benefits the ecosystem. So instead of cutting down trees to, make money or using these factories to make coins, now everything is in the air. It's basically like your imagination, because we can't see the internet, but the internet is real. You feel me? You can't see a physical digital currency, but it's real. And now it won't affect the economy. Now, when people it creates more billionaires and millionaires and trillionaires, especially in our community. We can make waves and push our knowledge. We can make those impacts to our communities, to our environments. And that's it's God's plan at the end of the day. It's money, but it's also God's plan to be able to bring financial freedom to more folks as well. That's why it's important to get the knowledge out, to have people investing in the right coin, because the power of cryptocurrency is also, if you get 100 people with $10,000 and y'all are investing on the same wave, buying and selling. Now, when you go on against that one whale that's taking his money in and out the markets and manipulating the market, so when it go up and he make his profits, he take the money out, and then everybody starts to sell and they lose money. And then when it dips, he throws all his money back in, and it shoots back up, and everybody start to buy back in. We can find a way to manipulate and control the markets. And there's actually ways with cryptocurrency through one of the currencies called Solana, where you can create your own. They call it a meme coin because it's supposed to be funny. But really, if you create the right meme coin for the right reason, you actually create financial freedom for you and your community. So, it's a lot you can do with crypto, and it's a lot that is there right now for us to find ways to, secure our financial futures, gain financial freedom, and also create generational wealth. Just gotta be smart with it, and you also gotta be organized. It's power in numbers. Like, that's how I started on my introduction with. Like, I'm real big on numbers, and it's power in numbers when a bunch of people with a little bit of wealth can put their little bit of wealth together, make it a big wealth, and really make big impacts in these markets and combat the powers that be, or combat the richer folks. You feel me? Because we can swallow them up through the market as well. Because money is a game at the end of the day. So if we can start to manipulate their wealth, because we put all our wealth together, or use their system of wealth for their coins to get rich, then go throw it in our coin, and then they come invest in our coin and make us rich as our market caps go up, then it's a game to be played. But
so basically it's just like a Ponzi scheme.
I wouldn't say it's a Ponzi scheme, because Ponzi schemes, it is people out there that they call it through the meme coins, where they'll rug their community of people. So they'll put in $100,000, shoot their market cap up, and then people will come invest and shoot the market cap up to 3 million. Them people will 30 times their 100,000, and then they'll take it all out. And then now the people who just put all that money in, they get emotional about it. They panic, and as they're losing money, they're taking it out. So they'll lose it all, because the mass amount of people don't have the knowledge that the expert traders have. So they'll lose money, and then that'll force everybody else to take it out. And now that coin done lost all its value, and now they call it a scam. I mean, it's kind of a scam, but if you were smart about it, you wouldn't even follow those people anyway and got into their coins without knowing their mission or their purpose. So
I did a little bit. Go ahead, Ken. Go ahead.
I just had one more question. Like, a person like me and the other brothers, if I was to get into the digital currency, say next week or something, thinking about it, okay, I'm gonna do this. Like, what kind of advice would you give?
What kind of advice I would give you? I would tell you, buy some XRP, buy some SEBEC, which is a ZBCN. I would tell you, invest in Solana, invest in Litecoin, invest in Ethereum, invest in Bitcoin. Diversify your portfolio, because people who buy stocks, they diversify their portfolio. They never put, like, a young guy that I work with now. He's going to school to be a financial advisor. I kept talking about XRP real heavy. He was like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I was hard-headed for like a day, but then I quickly realized why he said that, because while XRP could be going down over here, the next coin is going up over there. But what I realized is a lot of these coins that's under Bitcoin and Ethereum, they all kind of move at the same, like, I look at their charts, all the charts have almost the same movement. So what I would tell you to do is diversify your portfolio, buy as much as you can. But I would say right now to focus on XRP and Zebek, with most of your money, like make that your percentage of your portfolio, make those the two biggest ones. And also, don't be emotional. Like put something in there that you're willing to invest for the long term, so it can grow and you can benefit from crypto when it expands. Because I just read about a global economy GDP prediction that is eventually going to get into the quadrillions of dollars. So if it's a quadrillion amount of money circulating around the world, and then the number one currency is a digital currency, then where most of the money going to be going? Into the digital market. So that's just going to expand your money just based off of simple math and simple, inference. So yeah, just get in and hold it. Don't look to make money tomorrow. Fine, like if you got a business, if you work a job, keep working those jobs. Don't look at this. Don't try to day trade. But if you do one day trade, that's your prerogative. I say go for it. But for me, I'm looking at this as a long-term game, something that 5, 10 years down the line, I'm be seeing on, something that could give me financial freedom or some wealth that I can have just growing in my sleep while I still generate businesses or, do what I do.
All right, that sounds like that. You can give classes on this, right?
Man, I want to have the results first. Like I don't want to be somebody with 4 to 5 figures in it and teaching somebody else about it. But I got like I said, the guy who introduced me to it in 2017, he done made a few guys rich off of Bitcoin, and I watched him. I watched him buy pizza with Bitcoin before I even knew how to buy Bitcoin. So if he would have kept his Bitcoin, he probably, I mean, he's in a good position now. He's in Grenada doing his thing. He actually was on that phone call my grandfather was referring to when we was talking before the show started. So I say before I start teaching, I want to have some real world results. That's something that's out of the ordinary first before I try to get somebody my knowledge. I mean, I know my knowledge is valuable,
Right.
but I had to make it work for myself before I try to take some money out some.
That's real.
Right.
That's why I recruited you to come on to the show.
Yeah, like I do this. I come on shows and get the knowledge out for free. I know the game supposed to be sold, not told, but I believe in spiritual law. If you help others make money, you will always be blessed and be able to, and somebody help you make money or you'll make money. God will give you that blessing back. So if somebody want to pay me to teach them, that's cool. But I'm not trying to teach nobody right now, man.
I heard that about that.
So look, let me Jaleel, I want you to touch on the fact about there's some key components that's when you're dealing with the Bitcoin, when they talk about the blocks, the computers, the mass computers, how they would you have to solve a puzzle when they talk about the miners and how the miners get paid from the work they do. Can you inform a little bit about that?
I'm gonna be completely real with y'all. I know very basic knowledge about the mining, the blockchain, and the building, the foundation. I know how the coins and the markets move off my analysis of the money. But the blockchain is basically the computer system where whether you're on Robinhood, whether you're on Coinbase, whether you're on Binance, it's tracking where this money is going, how this market is moving, who's taking out the money, and things of that nature. Now, Bitcoin is actually a coin that's mined. I think XRP, I forgot the term. I had it on my phone. Let me look it up real quick. It's all cryptocurrency isn't mined. Some of them, it's another term for it. But basically, the blockchain, it tells you, it's transparent. It shows you everything that goes on with the coin, so you know who's buying it. Where, how much money they putting in, how much money they're taking out. So it's just a transparent. Like it's something. Say we was all on the same block, right? The blockchain basically they say whatever we do amongst ourselves, us five, like if I owe Kenwado money and he ain't paid yet, the blockchain will say it. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If once he pay it back, the blockchain will automatically update and all three of y'all will know as well. You see what I'm saying? So the blockchain is just a universal global thing that everybody can tap into and see and know what's going on with these coins. And then when it comes to the mining is basically the coins being created. So the I had it right here. Give me a second. Cause I knew you was gonna ask me a question about that, and I was like, you know what? I don't.
You ought to know, Granddaddy. I'm gonna ask you questions.
I know. So hold on, here you go. Let me see. So okay, so the ledger, it records all the transactions. The blockchain, like I said, it's a secure, transparent version of that ledger split into connected blocks. And then the ledger, you know, it records everything. It's like a master scoreboard. And hold on, I'm trying to. I know Bitcoin is mine, and the XRP. XRP is. Let me see. XRP is right here. Give me 1 second. Especially big bank. XRP. Okay, so yeah. So Bitcoin, it uses blockchain ledger to track who owns it and to confirm the new transaction using mining. So mining is the proof of work. And then what XRP uses, it uses a faster blockchain ledger with something that's called validators. So basically, it's just like a consensus protocol that shows, you know, basically the same thing, but it validates the transaction because Bitcoin is just a storage of value, and the XRP actually transfers things. So it has to have something that validates the actual transactions. When you talk about trillions and millions and billions of dollars move between either an individual, a country, or a bank, you know, or even companies. So that's why it's two different things. Mining is just the creation of the coin. And once the coins get bought, they mine more, but it will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. So as more people buy it and as that market cap increases, then they mine the rest, but they will only mine 21 million of them. That's the same thing for like Litecoin. So Litecoin is a coin that gets mined as well. And it has 4 times the amount of coins that Bitcoin has. It has 84 million. So it moves 4 times faster than Bitcoin as well. So that's why it's good to also look into Litecoin, Kenwado. It's like $124. You can buy one of those right now. So when that expansion comes, people start to realize, you know, hold on, Litecoin is just like Bitcoin, but it just got 4 times the market supply. So they can buy into that and kind of replicate the success of Bitcoin by you know, increasing that market cap and buying some Litecoin. Because eventually Litecoin could get up to a few thousand as well. Maybe even 10 to 20,000 based on how that market cap grows over, you know, the years.
So what was the
I got a question for you. What do you know about the Genius Act?
The Genius Act. That's based. Trump is trying to, you know, introduce crypto as, you know, one of the main coins in America, for the you know, for to replace the fiat, and I think he's trying to do it with the Fed.
Right. How you feel about that? He's pretty much all of the Fortune 500 companies are starting to invest in it.
Right. I feel like based on what I'm predicting and what, you know, the consensus of the collective consciousness was at the forefront of it, I feel like, you know, that's right on time because basically the way crypto coins get purchased and get popularity is through the marketing. So basically, Trump is a businessman. So with him being president and him putting that act in motion, he's basically marketing the whole cryptocurrency world to the world. So if they get that passed, then, you know, it would just be it will be a plus for people who have already been in crypto and the people that's getting in crypto right now, because like I said, it's only 6.8% of the population right now that's trading or that's owns a cryptocurrency. And if that number even increased by 14%, that's a triple in the crypto world. And they in last 24 hours, they already had traded and circulated 116 billion dollars in the market. 10% of that, I mean, 10 times that, that's $1 trillion. So if you even double or triple, the amount of the population that knows about it, it's just going to be like a compound domino effect. And that's what actually scientifically or mathematically, if you look at the sequential movement of things, that's what increase all the coins where they at right now. Once you can get more awareness to them, and once more people can buy in. So I feel like it's a good thing. I don't agree or support Trump with everything he do, but that for the crypto world and for our community, if we all get on board and start investing in crypto, it can actually do us justice for real.
So my next question is, what's your thoughts on stable coins?
What's my thought on stable coins? So stable coins basically, are coins that's the prices kind of stabilize out. Like I think it's USDC, and it's another one. It's USDC. Let me see. Hold on. It's USDC top crypto list, and it's another one that kind of has the price of $1 stabilized out. It's like
is it CBDC?
I think it's CBDC. Let me make sure I don't want to tell the wrong one. Give me 1 second. Top crypto. I think it is CBDC. So crypto. So that's what I'm saying. I have a lot of knowledge with it, but that's why I say I'm not ready to teach it, because I'm still learning myself.
Oh man, you good, man.
Yeah, because it's like I feel like I'm taking a test. I got
nah, but I'm gonna be honest with you. When he told me you was coming on, I did a little homework and stuff like that. So, I'm gonna give my honest opinion to the listening viewers. You on point as far as information, because what I have right now in front of me as far as my notes is some of the same information that you're speaking from the top of your head. That's why I say you good.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother.
My studying was English 101 as far as crypto is concerned. You on the ball.
And speaking of English 101, so like when I started to like tune and put some of this knowledge together, and when I it clicked in my head the importance of crypto right now, I took a class. I forgot the name of the class, but it was like a history, social study class in college. And this had nothing to do with the course, but the professor started teaching us about money and basically saying money is just based on our imagination. It really don't have no value. It's what we all agree on and give it value. And now it's the same thing with Bitcoin. It's something that we all agreed that the people was in it and increase the market cap to $1 trillion. They all agreed that it was of value. That's why it's a storage of value. It really has no utility, but it stores your money. And now it's the 6th biggest asset in the world. But when you start to bring coins in like XRP, Ethereum, Solana, XLM, HBAR, all those coins that actually have some type of real utility, then those coins in the future will be even bigger than Bitcoin. But if Bitcoin get to number 6, it's going to be hard for it to fall. And I don't think it's going to fall no time soon. I think it's going to be a transition period that it overtakes gold with the largest market cap in the world. And then once the brain of the human collective consciousness, once it get past that 6.8%, and it's more like maybe 40, 50, 60% of the people are in it, or maybe even 100% of people get in it one day, then they will understand that Bitcoin was just the baby. It was just the beginning of it all, because it really it's a enlarged meme coin. And that's what Solana uses to create all the coins that people get rugged in, and you create a coin overnight and start getting people to invest into it. That's what Bitcoin is. it's just not under Solana. Bitcoin has no essential value at all, but it's the gold behind crypto right now. It's basically sustaining the popularity of it. So the transition from a fiat to the digital currency can actually take place. But yeah, I found that coin. So it's USDT, and then it's DC. And I don't know if the USDT is called Tether, but it say US, and then DT is like the initials for Donald Trump. So I don't know if he, but behind the scenes has something to do with that. But it's a dollar and it stays at a dollar. So that's what a stable coin is. It normally stays around the price of a US dollar. So when people think that the US dollar is going to fall, that's a false narrative, because if you really paying attention, it's showing that the US already has its hand in these cryptocurrencies and in the crypto market, because USDT is number 7, is the number 7th cryptocurrency. No, USDT is the number 4th cryptocurrency. They got 165.08 billion in market cap, and then USDC got 67.09 in market cap. So those are stable coins. Basically, I think it's a term to say, the US dollar will always be stable in these markets.
Hey, LT had a question for you, brother.
Yeah, what's the question, man?
Yeah, LT. They said, do you think we will ever live long enough to see any other coins besides the Bitcoin rise? I'm talking like you saying, years. I don't want to be 80 years old when the coins finally end up to be BTS.
Yeah, I definitely think we'll live long enough. Think about the last 25 years and how quickly, the technology has evolved. Think how quickly things are evolving with AI. Think about what AI is going to do with based on the growth of cryptocurrency. The internet is something you can't see, and it evolves at a pace that we don't evolve at. It evolves in milliseconds. The way how fast a computer can process something and get it moving, that's what's going to happen. And the days of the earth are already moving faster. Like the time is moving quicker now. So I don't think it's going to be 100 years. In 100 years, I don't think we can fathom what 100 years look like. I think this is going to happen in the next 5 to 10. I think, if you're thinking on terms of what we're used to seeing, like things, how quickly things move, I think that's, that type of thought. That's why people are holding back. Well, I want to spend $100 this weekend. You want to spend $100 quickly, but you won't put $100 into something that hold long term for your money to grow. Like we done seen it happen time and time again over history. Somebody started off with pennies to $1, and they put it into the right investment, and now they're millionaires. So it's like either you take the risk to you risk your money every day putting it in the bank too, by the way, letting it sit there, because what they're doing, they're taking their store of value. They're just Bitcoin for fiat money. So you giving them your money to go invest on the stock market. They probably got your money in crypto right now. So you might as well go hold your money, especially if you got tens of thousands of dollars saved up. It doesn't hurt you to put 5,000 away, save it for the sunny days that's coming. You gotta use your mind, because at the same time, we have the power as humans and with consciousness to move the narrative as well. So if I'm thinking like this and believing like this, and somebody over in China thinking like this, believing like this, so the people back in 2017, they seen the value of it already. I'm 8 years late. You feel me? But 8 years, nobody could tell me 8 years ago Bitcoin's gonna be $125,000 a coin. Is at 10,000. Somebody that told me that every time I got $1, I would have put it in it. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like people got to get out of a fear-based belief, and a scarcity belief. It don't matter how long it take, because if you're not alive for it, put the crypto in your trust and your will for your kids, because eventually one day it's gonna be at a value where it's gonna benefit somebody in your bloodline, whether it's you, your daughter, your son, your grandson, your granddaughter. It's gonna benefit somebody. So don't be left behind on that.
Hey, somebody made hold on, let me some KE, you know, KE.
Yeah, that's my man's.
Okay, he said, great knowledge, Jalil. I know your granddad is proud of you, bro. Yeah, we know granddad proud of his granddad.
Appreciate it, man. Hey,
ask him what I told him when he was younger. What I tell you when you was younger?
He always said it was only 3 people in the world like me. Well, 2 other people in the world like me, him and my mom. So
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, General Shock.
What Shock?
First of all, man, your insight, the vision, and your information to be a young man of your caliber is extraordinary.
Appreciate
you. And your grandfather is absolutely correct. Was someone who I knew most of my entire life. And I know that what you're saying, in so many words, how you have broken everything down to a science.
Mm-hmm.
And what I gather from that is that even though financial literacy wasn't taught for the past 3 or 4 generations, that the patience and fear is what holds us back from making sound investments and, like you said, instant gratification.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that we as a people we wrestle with daily, because if we begin to have trust in one another and confidence, but most of all patience. And I heard Gerald said that the precedence has to be set for y'all. And I'm saying that because everybody that I know that has invested in Bitcoin and other digital currencies are very young people like yourself,
mm-hmm.
and white people. That I have yet to see middle-aged group of people and conglomerate people that look like you and I that are actually having made some sound investments into digital currency. Because everybody that I've talked to either been teenagers, young adults, and we need that to say white people. But one of the things that we need to understand that you explained so clearly is that, they use, and they've been using our currency, they've been using our fear, they've been using our lack of patience, and they have profited off of that for so many decades, and even to some forms, centuries. And so the message that you are displaying, and then I respect your honesty. A lot of people will come on these podcasts and they will do speaking engagements, and they will say some things that they're not surely grounded in. And I respect the fact that being a young man, and you're far ahead of your time, I must say that too, that you were man enough and adult enough and a black man as a black man to say, I'm not there yet in certain areas, but the areas that you are certain in is extraordinary, man. You are, and you, whether you see it or not, or whether you accept it or not, brother, you are a genius. And I think that's been handed down in your genetic makeup as well, because you come from a line of wisdom, determination, and hard working, and people that had insights, your uncles and your grandfathers, and so many others, man, your great grandmother, and so many others. So it's an honor to see, your generation standing up and instructing us, especially those who are listening, how to have courage to begin to make these sound investments, and to teach us that we have been used,
right?
And we have been used in our labor, our taxes, the things that we invest in, our luxuries, the habits that we got, that they profit off of these things, and that we need to begin to create a system within our communities where we begin to have brothers like yourself, you know, to educate some of the stubborn, poverty-minded people in my generation who have accepted just
some in my
the
generation
9 to 5 hustle. Yeah. You
some
know, that when I land this, Fortune 500 job, that I've arrived. And for really, they've arrived. They're just using you to make their arrival more sound than concrete.
right.
So I respect that gangster, man. I really, really respect that, man. And I'm so proud of you. Stand on the business of what you're doing, man. And it's taught me just tonight alone, just to invest and just have some patience.
Right.
I always say we should always put something to the side and then just forget that it exists. And this is what they've been doing for so long. They've been putting our currency to the side, acting like it doesn't exist because we constantly. So, and also I heard you tap into a lot of numerology and gematria too. So
yeah, I was about to switch it over to
yeah,
that.
My next thing,
that,
doctor.
Yeah, that was the next
keep
thing.
banging on that as well, brother.
Yeah. Get into numerology. How did you get into it, brother?
All right, so my numerology that I like to tap into is from the eastern side of the world. It comes from Asia, India. It's called Chaldean numerology. A lot of people.
Chaldean.
Yeah, Chaldean. Yeah, Chaldean. So, I've been in numerology since around 2015, 2016. I was looking at my life path, my birthday numbers, my Western name numbers and stuff like that. I even created a lot of different names based off of, the name numbers, the master number 22, master number 33, or master number 11. So recently, I changed my name to Supreme Jalil Thurman because the name number, it resonates with the day I was born on, which is October 23rd, 1996. Now, my life path's a 4, and then my birthday number's a 5 for me being born on the 23rd. So I always thought that was kind of funny because Donald Trump was the 45th president. And I looked up his numbers, and he got the same numbers as me, a 4 and a 5. So I just was diving into, my name number, and I stumbled across Chaldean numerology, and I was reading a book. It's called The Science of Fortunes. And the reading I got from it, it basically told me a lot of things that I learned, and I was typing in a whole bunch of people's names, and I was seeing how it made sense and actually applied to them because what I read about myself applied to me. So that's why I was living off of 29, right? 29 that runs through like Columbia, Silver Spring, and all that. And I realized that my name number was actually 29. And it's Jalil Dukes. And it's crazy because I did tell my grandfather I wanted my name to be Supreme Thurman on there, but we'll talk about that later. Because I've been using that name a lot through school, writing down Jalil Dukes on my homework, classwork, projects from kindergarten all the way up to how long I was in college. And when I got to college, that's when I started to make my own names, my own nicknames. First I created Master X, and then that was my Twitter handle. And now I'm looking at Twitter and it's called X.
Right.
Right. So, I look at things and I just be putting pieces together with certain things and with my consciousness and stuff like that. And then, I'm on here talking about XRP and then XLM and things like that. But Master X, I like the numbers that, that it had, that it was representing and the things it was saying. So that's why I created that. And then Sly J gave me the master number 22. And the master number 22, that was the life path for Tupac. And it also was the life path for my best friend that had passed away when I was 16. So that's why I took on that. And then, I watched, everybody start using the slime and all this stuff like that, but they was using it in a negative connotation. And, I was using that to be my rap name. And first I came on, I was like conscious rapping, but then I kind of got into, rapping more like about street stuff and stuff of that nature. And I realized how like a lot of things, even if I was freestyling or I was exaggerating, my words came to life through that. You know what I'm saying? Like even some stuff I didn't live out yet, I started to see the path it was taking my life through creating that name and using that name, because it was saying I was going to do things at a massive scale. The 22 is the master builder, and the 33 is the master teacher. So that's what Master X had in it. But that was from the Eastern, the Western numerology, what I was into around like 2016. And then also my name, Jalil Shamar Dukes, is the master number 11 in the Western numerology. When I got in tune with that Eastern numerology, Jalil Dukes was 29. And I also turned 29 this year. And I was living off for 29, 2 different apartments with my girl, and her last name is Daniels. So we'd be up and I'd just be thinking like, what am I going to name myself? Because I want to change that name. I don't want to carry that vibration no more based on the reading. I'm not going to get too in depth on what the reading said, but it was true. And I didn't like how it was affecting me up to that point in my life. I feel like I could fix some things, not only in my life, but in my family's life if I made that name change. And the funny thing is, I adopted the last name Thurman because Thurman is actually my grandfather's father name, and his last name was Daniels. So my girl, her last name is Daniels. And, I was just thinking, she's talking about marriage and all that. I was like, I changed my last name to Thurman, and then her last name Daniels. And that just, to show love to where I come from, my bloodline. Because even my grandfather's last name Mo came from his stepfather. And I was playing a stepfather role for her children. So I was just connecting the dots and seeing how things get passed down and how generational cycles and karma affects people. And I just was like, I'm gonna find a way to break the cycle and do something not only for my past generations, but my future generations as well. So I created the name Supreme Jalil Thurman. But I was born as Jalil Shamar Dukes, which is also 45. Just like my life path and my birthday. See what I'm saying? So basically Thurman is 27, equal 27. So it gives me that clear mind and intelligence. I'll read this one for y'all because it's a little bit more positive than the last one. I'll read it up for y'all real quick. Because I only want, things to be broadcasted to the world and from myself that's going to be beneficial. So 27, my last name Thurman. It says this number signifies a clear mind and intelligence, unceasing hard work. And, just on Saturday, I worked 3 different jobs, 3 different shifts. So I know that, it's making an impact and it's real. I knew that from Jalil Dukes. People be saying I'm crazy for expressing the numbers and stuff like that. But when I used to talk about the angel numbers a lot, they was on board with that. I guess I took it a little too far.
Yeah, they're not on the same.
Yeah, they're not because the collective conscious understand the angel numbers, but a lot of people not on point with this. So it said name number 27. This number signifies a clear mind and intelligence, unceasing hard work, accumulation of wealth, all around influence and positions of prominence and high rank, especially in uniformed services like police, army, etc. They will rise very high in their ranks. This is as fortunate as number 24. And 24 in Chaldean is also Master X. So it's like bringing everything back full circle. So this is as fortunate as number 24, which has been explained early in this book. And that's a name I went by early in my life. And so, they will be respected and treated as the best in their professional service. They like to do social service and will be involved also in manners that will benefit them. This is a very fortunate number that brings spirituality and magical powers. And if you look at it, the book, it's on page 27 or 271, right? So what I've noticed too, the reverse of that number also applies to you. So the reverse of 27 is 72. So I got to look at that as well. It says, this is the best of all numbers under 9. Although these people struggle in their early years, they later enjoy life with all comforts. A mind devoid of doubt will be filled with joy. The wealth acquired by these people will remain intact in their family for many future generations. Money keeps on coming continuously without fail. Businessmen should take note of this advantageous number. It would also bring repute. This number signifies permanent wealth, and that's on page 273. And as it says, this is the best of all numbers under 9. The only name I actually kept from my first name that was given to me by my mother and my father was Jalil, because I didn't want to lose my identity all the way. So I take with, my first name, I put it in the middle so it kind of be protected by the two names I was putting around it. So basically like me protecting myself with this new vibration from the things that I was given that to me from a lack of knowledge about what it actually could do to me once I was born, or what it could actually do, because I just don't affect myself. So the things that I deal with actually will in fact impact everybody around me. So I feel like even some of the things that number brought me, it brought my family. So I'm gonna keep going. So the name number 9 is Jalil, and that's on page 270. Just, 27 again. If the name comes under this number, it signifies wisdom and capability. It also denotes travel, struggles against odd situations, and victory in the end. When they finally succeed, they will have a long life of luxury. So the struggle against the odd situation, I feel like, was when you put my birth last name, which is Dukes. When you put that with Jalil, you get the 29. So that's that name number and that name vibration created all situations for me that I had to overcome, and I'm overcoming it now. You see what I'm saying? So now I'm living victoriously. You feel me? I'm finding ways to win for myself and win for others as well, because I always wanted to, do something for, us Aboriginals, us melanated people, Black people, African Americans, whatever label they want to put on us. I always wanted to, be the person that was able to stand up and do something that could majorly impact the community, whether it's us creating our own militias, our own way of governing ourselves, just being able to build something that is of real substantial value to flip that $1 trillion consumption into quadrillion, quintillion amounts of production. You feel me?
Hey, I want to say something, man. They always down our youth. That's all you see is negative stories, negative energy. We don't get a chance to see young brothers like you, that's out here doing something brilliant. I like this, man. I like this, man. It's dope, man. So we need to show more brothers and more younger brothers and sisters more on this page instead of seeing all the bullshit that's going on. Because It's not the truth. It's bad and good in every race.
Right.
So that's all I want to say, brother.
And it's bad and good in everybody, man. You just, and that, like I said, like I know I'm gonna do something major. You feel me? And I feel like this is the start, and I'm grateful. Well, it's been in motion, but I feel like this is the start of me projecting myself and reaching a platform where I can actually do it. And I just want to say I appreciate y'all. I'm grateful for y'all.
Come on here anytime, brother, man.
Myself, man. And
you come on here anytime, brother, man. But this brother straight Godzilla 22, he mean, it'll be unjust if I don't read one of his comments, because he been on his comment. He says, he got a 2-part. Well, he said, how do we protect our intellectual properties? Right. And T, I don't know if you know T or not. They said, I'm liking this. So, but yeah, he wants to know, how do we protect our intellectual properties?
So you got to go on, I think it's us.gov. It's on, you can go on the website, and what you can do is uspto.gov. And you can go to the trademark database. You can search it up to see if, your trademark or the thing you want to, copyright or trademark is available. And then from there, where you go to, you click trademark from the menu list, and then you just go to getting started, read everything, go to the application process. So whatever you got that you want to, whatever intellectual property you want to take full ownership of, just go to that website, trademark it. They're going to ask you a list of, what it is, like the subject you're trademarking, like what genre is it, or what, topic is it? And then also just give a general explanation about what you actually trademarking. And then from there, you own your intellectual property. You can also copyright it as well. I suggest, creating an LLC first, because you're going to need something that owns it. Or you can create an LLC, then create a trust, put the LLC in a trust, and use the trust to own the trademark. And that's another thing. My guy Key, he's well established, and he's further along in that than I am, to be honest, because he's the one. We had a $100,000 cat we were attempting to sell. We're still in the process of getting our first letters. It's been, some years since we've tried, based on, real life and having to get everything in order on our other business endeavors and life endeavors. But we own the trademark for something that's called an assured cat. And the assured cat, it used to be trademarked and owned by somebody named Simon Brody. He was a white man from California. Then he took it and moved to the UK. But we own that cat, and we're in the process of getting it back going and marketing it, and having something so our family can have a business to run for generations as well. But yeah, that's basically how you trademark your intellectual properties. If you got an idea, take it to the government, and put the ownership on the trademark. So if you see somebody doing it, basically you can say, "Nah, I own that. I've been copyrighted." Matter of fact, you copyright that idea, trademark whatever name you want it to be under.
Don't say, Brother Khalil, don't say that you want to do great things because you're already great. You were born great.
Right. You're right.
Just a great person.
I am doing great things. Yeah, you're right.
You are great. Right. You are great. And know this. Don't understand it. Don't believe it. Know this. You are great. You're just doing things, and these are the levels and the echelons that you're moving up.
Process.
Yeah, but I respect your unselfishness. Mm-hmm. When you say you want to see everybody win, man, it's not a lot of people that possess that mindset. So you are great, man. You gotta, yeah, man. Tell that, put a sticker on your mirror and just say, "I'm great, man," because you're a great man, man. Appreciate in spite of, and people not gonna believe it. They're gonna say you crazy and stuff, because like Stevie wanted to say, when they believe in stuff that they don't understand, and they suffer. You got to continue to stay on that path and walk in your own greatness, man. Nobody can walk in your greatness but you, man. Yeah. And you are a key element, man. You are our premier young man. You are a premier black God, man, walking in human flesh, man. And that light and that energy is shining, especially tonight, worldwide, man. I'm extremely proud of you. Stand on that business, man, because we need you. We might not see the fruition of this thing to see it through, but at least we're here today to watch the foundation, watch the embryo, to watch the planting of this thing. So it's a great honor and pleasure.
It's history for sure we making. They gonna always come back to this podcast and listen to this one.
Yeah, right. It's the brother Bernard Express. Thanks for the information, young brother. Hey, and I want to give a shout out to my brother Malik Muhammad, our brother Malik Muhammad. Hey, man, we've been following you. Watching you on the grind, man. Stay with it, brother, man. Hey, you come on the show next Wednesday, man, and campaign on vocal dialect, brother, man.
Okay. Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, grandson. Look, you made me proud tonight. You was very vivid, very comprehensible with the knowledge that you have. You pass it on, and I'm always speaking this into fruition. That what, our future is not bleak.
That's right.
People like you,
brighter than never,
standing up.
Our future secured.
Okay.
Future secured.
That's what I'm gonna look forward to.
And I'm gonna expedite it so you can witness it. So you're gonna be here when the major occurrences start to occur.
Yeah, man.
I never doubted you 1 minute.
Yeah, hey man, feel free anytime you want to come to the front, come on the show, man. Holler at your grandpas, man. Anytime, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
shout out.
I hope we get out of that 500 subscriber count, and take it even past that, man, because you know, a lot of the youth and, you know, even a lot of the men and women in y'all age group as well need to know the knowledge and hear the knowledge that y'all got as well. You know, this is actually a very positive podcast. And, you know, it's God that brought me here today to get the message out of y'all podcast. And I hope y'all able, you know, to deliver more people like myself through this platform. And, you know, we can conduct the purpose, you know, that we're here for.
Right. Yeah, we're in this together, man.
Sir.
I want to say shout out to send out divine energies and blessings to our brother Christopher DeWitt, man. You know, that he hangs in there, man. And so we send I send my divine energies and blessings to that brother, as well as his family and his children.
That's right.
Blessings.
Last word, last. Hey, hold on. Where can we follow you? Are you on social media, brother?
Yeah, I am on social media. My name on Instagram is Supreme Jalil, and you know you could tap in with me on that. I'm on Twitter, Supreme Jalil as well. But just tap in with me on Instagram. That's where you'll see a lot of the crypto knowledge and anything, you know, regards YouTube and everything will be on that as well.
Do me a favor, because man, I forget. Follow us on Instagram, Vocal Dialect, same thing, Vocal with a K, and we'll follow you back so we can get down with you. Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, I'll do that right now. Actually, I collaborated with y'all on a post. I posted the flyers, so just go accept it. You'll see me in your DM.
Okay, that's cool. I'll check it out when we get off here.
All right, that's a bet. That's a bet, man. Like I said, I'm extremely grateful for y'all. This was a blessing for me. I enjoyed being able to speak. That's what I like to do. I like to hear myself talk. So, you know, that's put it to good use.
I know where you get that from. I know where you got that.
Already
Ball.
No, he didn't do one thing though. You didn't go in depth and be profound about your portfolio yourself. You ain't tell them that you can have a part. You ain't tell them that you can rap. You ain't tell them that you can rap.
He mentioned that. He mentioned that.
I said I used to rap. I mean, I still rap. You know,
I didn't hear. Oh, okay. Did you tell me how to break it out?
Rebrand of myself. I'm gonna do a rebrand of myself. And,
okay.
Yeah.
Hey, when you rebrand, you do a part too, brother, man.
Say it again.
When you rebrand, finish with your rebranding and all that. Right. You have you on again, part two.
Guys, yeah. When I got a new project coming out, I'll come back on.
Yeah, you seen it. I sent it to you, didn't I, Shaka?
Yeah, I saw one of. Yeah.
I got some new stuff I want to rap about, and also, you know, just change my sound up a little bit. Also, you know, take my time with my projects, and I try and rush get things out. Because you know it's me versus me. I'm not competing with nobody. So make sure something that touch people's soul. Make sure something that, you know, in 100 years I'm still be proud to hear myself say on a beat. So yeah.
All right, family. That's it. Vocal dialect.
All right, man. Vocal dialect.
Any last words?
Shout out to all the viewers, everybody that tuned in. Y'all can follow me, Supreme Jalil, on Instagram. Keep tuning in with these great men. You know, y'all show every Wednesday, right?
Yeah,
every Wednesday.
Keep tuning in every Wednesday. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Like the podcast, share the podcast. You know, some very valuable information that I shared tonight that could help, you know, somebody in your family, somebody in your community. Tune in every Wednesday because, you know, it's only gonna get better for the podcast from here.
We got one good leader that I know for the future.
Yes, sir. It's man. My grandfather, he raised my mom, and my mom raised me.
That's right. That's right.
Shout out my mother too. She watched. You know, shout out everybody, my whole family. I love y'all. My friends, I love y'all.
That's right.
Peace. Right. That's all I got to say. Peace to the gods and the earth.
That's right. You coming on?
I can't even end the show like I usually end the show, but I can't. Tell them when you coming on, brother Shaka. T Shaka on Facebook.
Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Facebook Live and Uncensored.
That's right. Follow T Shaka, the General T Shaka. Stand coffee, go give it to y'all. Live and uncut.
Yes, sir.
Live and uncut. All right. Vocal dialect. Hey, like, comment, subscribe. We see y'all next time. I'm not even gonna say nothing. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.